So today we're just going to talk a little bit about TrueCrypt and using encrypted files within TrueCrypt. So the first thing you need to do is download TrueCrypt. And you can just do a search and download the most recent file. So for many people, this is the hardest thing to understand about TrueCrypt. So remember, we're going to use TrueCrypt here and see how they have drive letters. Those are literal drive letters. So if you take a look at your computer, for example, here I have 3 hard drives, C, D, and E. Okay, and I have a removable drive in F here. And if I just reach down, I can pull that out. Now that removable drive's gone. So here we have 3 drives. Remember these hard drives because we're going to come back and visit this again. Because when we create a TrueCrypt volume and we mount the volume, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute, when we mount that volume, it becomes one of these drive letters. And we're going to mount it to R, but it'll become one of these drive letters. So now I'm just going to create a new file here on my desktop. And I can call it whatever I want as far as the file is concerned. But here I'm just going to name it a text document itself. So I've created this file. It's a TXT file called Family Photos. Okay, we want to name this file something that's, we don't want to name it highly secure documents, for example, right? We want to name it something that's easily remembered for us, but doesn't have any real value to a perpetrator who might be trying to steal information from you. Also notice here that the size of the document is 0 bytes, so there's nothing at all in this file so far. So let's review here real quick. All we've done is we've installed TrueCrypt and we've created this text file that has nothing in it, 0 bytes. So now we're going to create a volume. This has nothing to do with the drive letters. We're just going to create a volume. So go ahead and click on here to say create a volume. And we're just going to take all the defaults to make this pretty simple. So create an encrypted file container, standard. Now we're going to select the file where we want to create a new volume. So here we're going to actually specify our desktop, and notice here that we've got, whoops-a-daisy. Notice here that we've got, where are they? Family Photos. So we're going to go ahead and click on there, save, and we're going to say fine, yes, okay, and notice here it's in here. We're going to click on next, and then we're going to pick the type of security we want to put on it, okay? So you can put whatever you want on this to secure it, okay? You can pick the algorithm, and then you hit next. And then here we want to specify how large the file. So let's just make it 5 megabytes. We're going to click there. Now we're going to need to put in a password, all right? And so you need to just remember what this password is. Now it's not going to like a short password. See how it tells you down here? Watch, it'll give me an error. So it says here creating we really want to use 20 characters or more. So what I suggest is when you do this is you create multiple, let's say you use 2 or 3 passwords normally, just push all those together to make one huge password. So we want to just use a short one for this. Now, to create the volume, we just move our mouse. I'm just moving our mouse. See the random pool there? It's just moving around, creating. You can read this. It says here, move your mouse as randomly as possible within the window. The longer you move it, the better. We can also create FAT or NTFS, and we just hit Format. Here, it's going to create. Now, remember, it's going to replace this file that's sitting on our desktop, okay? And we're just going to hit yes. And, of course, it says that it's done because it doesn't take long. We're going to hit exit. Now, that's all it takes to create a TrueCrypt volume. Now, when we highlight over that, again, it's 0 bytes. So let's go ahead and test and see what this file does for us. Okay, we open up the file. Notice here it's opening up in WordPad, and it's a bunch of stuff that we cannot read, okay, because it's not really a file. There's nothing in the file.